crazy. The leaderboard. Hashtag rigged. Oh no, Esther Demi. I think Demi won last week, right? But here we go. We're getting into the grand finals and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing streamer Zoun. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss. It is Zoun. I'll fix it up. Hold on. We'll fix up the colors. There we go. Zoun is blue, and I will try to sort out the casting tool as well, as predictions in the chat are now open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Will it go the way of Gerald, or will it go the way of Zoun? Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat as we settle in. Again, you have 2 minutes upon hearing this message to place your bets. Otherwise, we have a 2-gate setup here from our players once again. 2-gate opener out of Gerald, 2-gate opener out of Zoun. Zoun does skirt around the edge with that probe, but based on the positioning of this probe, it looks like Zoun is going for a regular pylon. He is not going for a proxy, as the pylon is going to be placed on Zoun's half of the map. So a cheeky move here by Zoun, going for a bit of a mind game, as Geralt is coming in with his probe scouts. Does move out across the map, and there's the pylon. And again, the probe just leaves. The probe does not stick around. It's just going to be the fake proxy. Meanwhile, Geralt does slip into the main. $100K predictions. Ah, no. Sorry, I have to calm down. Like, yo, my heart rate, it's still pumping from the semifinals back. It's still crazy. Oh my god. As Gerald does go for the pylon block. Now, Gerald, he did scout the main. He did confirm the pylon was missing, so he knows that there is a pylon somewhere on the map. It is also quite possible that maybe Gerald was watching the last game, so he's aware that Zoun has the potential to go for an all-in. So Gerald, for now, does shut down the initial probes, going for the pylon. Ooh, does finish, actually. Will delay Gerald's expansion. Gerald, he has over 400 minerals, and is forced to go for an earlier Stargate. So Gerald can now expand, but it is going to be a later expansion here compared to Zoun. Zoun will have a slightly faster Nexus, but to make up for that, Gerald will have the Stargate and the Oracle. So Gerald, he does have some counterattack potential, can harass across the map with that Oracle. We'll see what he can get done. Meanwhile, as we had one player taking into a Stargate, we have the other taking into a Twilight Council. Massive scout here with Hallucination. Zoun sees everything. He sees, he does confirm, he is aware of the Oracle. Is fully aware. Meanwhile, Geralt is still looking for the pylon, and he will find it. Did fan out with his stalkers and does finally come across that proxy, and now can rest easy. Now he can rest easy. Oracle does commit. Stasis route. Yo, the setup. Let's go. Oh no! I like the setup, but Geralt gets caught out instead. Ooh, one Stalker going down. Massive pick up this early on. Meanwhile, the Oracle does dive into the main, but once again, Zoun is in position. He was scouting earlier. He's fully aware of the potential of the Oracle harass, and he's ready for it with this shield battery, with the sentries. So Zoun was ready. Meanwhile, both players settling down. Geralt's probing. And Geralt, he's not too far behind when it comes to his own blink timing, thankfully. So only behind by a couple of seconds as we settle in. Meanwhile, we do see Zoun skirting around the edge of the map. Still being active. The game will calm down for a moment. We do see that Geralt... Oh my god, so many stasis traps. Will be... Oh god. We'll be attempting to delay the expansion, and it looks like he will. Oh! Or will he? Looks like it was spotted. Oh! 1, 2 stasis traps go off, but the location is free, and Zoun can expand. Oh. Hello. Okay. I was like, is he going for the center expand? Is he crazy? No, not quite, not quite. Calms things down. Gerald's going for the standard third base. And Zoun throws down extra gateways. He does delay his third, throws down extra gateways. He's getting up to 4 gateways back at home, a 4-gate setup with Blink. Meanwhile, Gerald's likewise setting up his own tech, forge, upgrades, +1. There we go, just now throwing down additional gateways as well. Getting up to 5. So we're calming things down, we're building up. Gerald, his forge is much faster, so faster +1. There's going to be a window, there's going to be a timing when Gerald is up in those upgrades. As, oh my god, stasis traps do go off in the main. Nice catch. At the same time, main armies do clash. But Zoun was in position. And not a bad stasis. Catching, what, 6 probes and a stalker. Very nice. Delay mining. Oh, poking into the third. More reinforcements on the way. Upgrades are neck and neck. Gerald threatening a shade. 2 adepts do one-shot probes. And you can see he's just trying to pull Zoun apart. So far unable to. Gerald, he's keeping up. Shades into the natural, gets 1 probe. Just the 1. But he is dishing out a lot of damage on that third nexus. Now, bearing in mind, because of how late the third base was for Zoun, that's why, that's led to the massive economic advantage here from Gerald. Is up 10 probes. It's up 10 workers. Stalkers coming in from behind. They do catch the Immortal. They try to at least. Not quite. Immortal does survive. Zoun does commit. He's up in army supply. Shield battery is ready. Probes are going down. And can Gerald hold on? Can he survive? Oof. Getting forced back. That 1 Immortal dishing out so much damage in the back line, but there's so many Stalkers. Can he chase him down? He can. He will. Immortal goes down. Sentries get left behind. A very nice catch from Gerald. Forces back down, catching out more Stalkers. And Zoun's in trouble. He's in quite a bit of trouble here. Now, thankfully for Zoun, there's no War Prism. If there was a War Prism, then Gerald could commit. But his reinforcements are going to be delayed. Zoun races back. He has offensive Immortal. Has a shield battery. Gerald once again can poke towards the Nexus. Gets a volley off. Does get eyes on the would-be 4th and should force a cancel. Oh, doesn't get the probe. Zealot's coming in from the right-hand side. They're going to be slow lots. They do arrive and they will delay the expansion. Once again, oh, he wants that Nexus. Oh, what a mass. 1 more volley. So close. So close, man. Not quite. Nexus barely survives. And Zoun, he is struggling here. He is slowly building up a higher Immortal count. Catching out the Zealots. Charge is already done here for Zoun. Meanwhile, Gerald, he's already got a 4th base getting saturated. Gerald, he still has a better economy being reflected now here in the army. It's a lot of Zealots. We'll move out here to reinforce. And that means he has nothing at home to defend. Oh. Gerald getting caught out of position, forced to recall. And forced to recall back home, cashes out most of the Zealots. Not bad. Yeah, solo cleanup here from the Red Protoss. And at this point, I feel like Gerald can overwhelm. With this amount of Zealots, they do such an amazing job here at tanking Stalker and Immortal shots. He can send it. He can send it back. He denies the fourth. Zealot run back towards the third. That's a kill, not a cancel. Ooh, that's a massive pick off. And the base was killed. Disruptor has arrived. No, it goes off. It zones away the army, but it does not connect. Like, this is the one way for Zoun to come back in this game, is these disruptors. If he can land some good novas, then he can take a fight. Prism is denied. Zoun, he's holding. You can see Gerald is trying to catch up. Bay is on the way. Gerald, he's trying to work towards his own disruptors. And now Zoun is up to four disruptors. Jesus. It's not easy to push into. Yeah, Gerald, he accidentally blinks. He gets caught out. Nova goes off. Gerald trying to come in from the left-hand side. So far unable to. The supply gap is closing. And it's one of those things that, I mean, sure, Gerald, he's up 2 bases, but Classic is getting the better army. At least with all these disruptors. Oh, but they're exposed. Zoun pushes out towards the left-hand side. Nova goes up. Massive connection! Oh, and just like that, Zoun, he's back in this. Prism gets into the main, going for the cannons. Cannon goes down. DT's the wreaking havoc. Main army pushes in. Can he get the disruptors? Oh, that's a lot of novas. Get a bit of friendly fire. Gerald, he doesn't quite pick them off. Bleeding out a lot of units. DTs are wreaking havoc, but he needs more. He does need to get more done. And he doesn't have enough. As being forced back, detection has arrived. DTs are being cleaned up. He only gets 2 probes. Can he get the Nexus? Nah, no. No shot. Base survives. Both players have comparable armies. And Zoun moves out. Does now move out across the map, and Zoun with all these disruptors he can pop off. So let's get caught. Zoun, he does snipe the 5th. 5th base goes down. Disruptors are left behind. Nova goes off. Oh! Massive connection! Zoun not looking. Yeah, wasn't paying attention, and Gerald, he pops off. Likewise, Gerald bleeding out another disruptor, though. Immortal's getting left behind. Disruptors have arrived. Novas don't quite connect. Do you see Gerald recalling, trying to collapse on the army from both angles? There it goes off. Nice dodge here from Gerald, for the most part. And he's trying to corner Zoun. And Zoun, there's no way out of this. He's trying. But I think he has a recall. And outside of a recall, I don't see him getting out of this corner of the map. Yeah, there's the recall. We'll get out. We'll save the disruptors. 1 disruptor goes down. Did recall to the natural. Zoun did get out. Meanwhile, Zealot drop getting ready for the main. Gerald is max. Jesus, but how many disruptors? 11! Oh my god. 11 disruptors for Zoun. That's a lot of disruptors. That's a lot of balls, papi. Oh my god. And again, it's so difficult to push into this army because this is basically non-stop disruptor, like Purification Novas. Like non-stop. They can just go off one after the other. Outside of a surround, and again, a surround would be ideal for Gerald. Outside of that, it's not going to be easy. He's going for the base trade. He's going for the base trade. And Zoun is going to commit into it as well. Rover's going to get sniped. Back at home. Gerald trying to hold on. With some reinforcements. Disruptors have arrived. The Novas! Zoun catching out Gerald. Takes down his disruptors. Gerald does get the natural, but the disruptors are back home. And I don't know if Gerald can deal with that. There's just so many of them. Gerald plummets in supply. He has a bank, but he has to spend it. Probes are going down. A lot of workers, actually. Gerald does get into the main. He's racing back home, trying to surround this army. As Zoun is lured in. Gerald coming in from behind. We'll lead out of Phoenix. Blinks on forward. We need more warpins. Disruptors to respond. But there's still 11 disruptors. Sorry, 12 disruptors. And despite the massive lead that Gerald once had, I mean, it's not there anymore. There we're going up. Zoun blinks away, and here come the 12 disruptors. Jesus. And again, he has just perpetual novas. Like, just perpetual novas, one after the other. Gerald, he can never engage. He's being zoned away. Base is going to go down. Just non-stop novas going up. There's also wreak havoc across the map. Gerald, he just has to make use of his bank and just buy time for extra stellar warpins and hope for a surround. Those novas, they just keep going. Again, by the time like the last nova goes off, the first disruptor already resets, so you just have perpetual novas. It's pushing into the main. Choke point is brutal. It's coming in for the surround. It's all or nothing. Massive connections with the novas. Ay, ay, ay. And Gerald, he can't fight this. Oh, good. He's trying. Gets another disruptor, barely in time. Oh my god. Not bad. Not a bad fight there by Gerald. I think he got 5 disruptors. Yeah, 6. He got 6 disruptors, cut it in half. There's 6 disruptors left. Buildings are still going down. Gerald, does he go for the base trade? He thinks about it. The problem is that there's still an economy here for Zoun. Zoun is supply blocked, but he's throwing down more pylons. And we see Gerald is going for the base trade. He's going for the base trade. Does find the base. Will not get down. Zoun, he does hide some probes. Nexus falls. Okay. Okay, we can do this. Nexus does fall. Zoun forced to cancel all his buildings, but he did save those 2 probes. Did save them. Gerald, he can always recall back home. He's building up more disruptors. Gerald, he can do this. There's the ninja base. Gerald, he leaves the zealots behind. He moves back with the stalkers. And now Classic is pushing in. So I said Classic once again, sorry. Zoun is pushing in. I keep saying it. Neva's going up. Nice connection here for Gerald. He lands 1. Gerald with the supply lead, with a comparable disruptor army as well. 5 versus 5. Oh my god. That takes Nova to the face. Not ideal. Gerald, calm down. Calm down. Okay, rotating back around. Both players are supply blocked. The armies are not getting larger. We need more pylons. Never goes off. Massive connection. Gets 2 disruptors. 3 left. 3 disruptors remaining. Gerald, he might have just done it. I say that. Oh my god. Bold dive there. Buys down. Gets 1 disruptor. We need pylons. Oh, the zealots are trapped. Zealots are trapped. Bit of an awkward Sim City. Things getting chaotic. It's a very intense game state here. Diving on forward novas. Oh, they don't quite connect. Nice target firing out of Gerald. There's 1 disruptor left. 1 disruptor. Nova goes off. Zoun dives in. When he's punished for it. And it looks like Gerald, he has barely done it. GG gets called. And Gerald will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Gerald does take a lead, but that was a very intense game. Very back and forth. There were some moments for Gerald, there were moments for Zoun. If you remember, Gerald initially had a massive lead. He had a 5 base setup to the 3 bases of Zoun. But Zoun, he was defending, he was turtling, he got into 11 disruptors, he was able to eventually break out, and we had just a crazy back and forth game state where Zoun was out trading Gerald. Gerald eventually just committed to base trades over and over again. He just realized he could not engage with the main army. Towards the end, we had a surround set up, and even then, it was still very close. Still very, very close. GG, well played. Whew. Gerald takes a lead. Does take a lead. Very intense, very intense. And now we're getting into Game 2. Game 2 is going to be on Amygdala. Fun fact, we actually haven't seen Amygdala tonight. We have yet to really embrace it. Has been vetoed time and time and time again, for good reason, It is a very quirky map in the map pool. It does have very exposed third base locations and fourth base locations as well, so getting into a longer game state can be quite difficult. On top of that, rush distance by ground is also very short, especially when rocks get knocked down. We'll get into it, it's a little bit easier to explain when we see the map in action. So we'll get into it. Gerald's economy won him the game. For the most part, yes. I say for the most part because, I mean, towards the end, everyone was supply blocked and we couldn't really make use of the economy. But yes, basically, the longer the game went on, the better it was for Gerald. As we were mentioning during the game, we were talking about the reinforcements, about buying time for more zealot reinforcements, more disruptors as well. As we did mention. Oh. And here we go. Despite that, though, it still came down to the unit control, right? That's usually how it goes with all those disruptors. Comes down to the army micro, the army movement. You can be up in supply and it won't matter. You can still die to some solid novas. The power of the disruptor. But here we go. We're settling into Game 2 and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala. We have the Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing his new team, Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is Gerald. And spawning, hold up, I'll fix up the overlay. I got you. Bam, there we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing himself, the ex-military Protoss. It is Zoun. Here we go. As we do embrace our PvP. And again, game 1 was very close. Could have gone either way. Even though Zoun is down in the series, I would still say that Zoun is the favored player in this best of 5. So a strong start for Gerald, but can he maintain that lead? Can he maintain himself and keep this going? Or do we end up in a tied up series? Here we go. As the probe is moving out across the map, it's going to be a 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Gerald, a 2-gate opener out of Classic, or out of Zoun. God damn it. 2-gate opener out of Zoun. We go. As the probes are being sent out, and Gerald does move out across the map. Now, as we did mention, there's a lot of rocks. The rush distance by ground is quite short once these center rocks get knocked down. Yo, we heard you liked rocks, so we put rocks on rocks. And now we got more rocks. We got there's a lot of rocks here on Amygdala, cutting off all these center attack paths. But again, once they get knocked down, they open up so much of the center of the map. Likewise, taking the center goal base can be quite difficult because, as you can see, it is exposed to the entirety of the other half of the map. You know, you can just park here with a couple of range-based units and just chip away at the economy and just not allow any kind of mining here at the gold if you have map control. So we've seen a lot of players attempt to take the gold base and struggle to hold onto the gold as well on this map. But we'll see what direction our players do head in. As for now, it is going to be a double Stalker opener out of Gerald. Meanwhile, we have a Stalker Sentry opener out of Zoun. So Zoun just going for something a little bit more standard, a little bit more safe, something more economic. With this, he can expand and go for a hallucination scatter across the map to get a read of what's going on. Meanwhile, Gerald will have a little bit more momentum, has more firepower with double Stalker. And he does not go for a second and third Stalker, he goes for a Twilight Council instead. So Gerald, he's rushing into Blink, meanwhile Zoun is rushing into Stargate, into Oracle. Here we go. Now, when it comes to this Twilight Council opener, technically this could be DTs. True. Technically, this could be a Dark Templar, a Dark Shrine behind this, but if that was the case, usually it is proxied, just because this Hallucination Scout would see everything, right? Hallucination Scouts are very common, so if you wanted to go for a Dark Shrine, you would have to hide it outside of the main, otherwise it would have been spotted. Now, there is a pylon. Interesting. The probe is sticking around at the Zonaga, so Gerald could go for a hidden later proxy Dark Shrine. Could go for it. For now, Blink is on the way. Stalkers are being active. We have the southern Zonaga in control of Zoun, northern one in control of, there it is, in control of Gerald, and we spoke about it. With the proxy pylon comes a proxy Dark Shrine. Now, there's a lot of power, there's a lot of chances that Geralt is going for. DTs can just end the game in PvP. We've seen players like Max Pax, even Hero tap out once DTs show up if they don't have detection. But as we can see, there's oracles. That's the problem here. There are oracles here. They have revelations. Detection is available. On top of that, a robo follow-up as well. Some Protoss players will skip the robo and go for a faster third base. If they do that, they could just die. But Zoun will have plenty of detection. Checking the vision of Geralt, he hasn't actually seen anything. Ooh. So Geralt is taking a risk. Taking a big risk. He doesn't know that there is plenty of detection, and there we go, he cancels. Does cancel the Dark Shrine. I do think that's a good call, considering just everything that Zoun does have. Hallucination dives in and now confirms everything. The Robo, the Stargate. I'm pretty sure the Oracle was spotted earlier, as the Oracles are across the map, and Geralt, he will have to pivot away from the Dark Shrine. Meanwhile, we do have a big run by, a big counterattack. 5, 6 probes going down. Oh my god, but we get punished! Zoun throwing away both Oracles. That was not worth it. That was 2 Oracles going down for 6 probes. I mean, that was some economic damage, that is true, but that was not worth 2 Oracles. As that was a big investment early on here by Zoun. Zoun is going for the third, but I don't think he can hold on to it. Geralt is coming. Geralt is pushing out, he's breaking out from his side of the map, and I don't see Zoun holding on to this. It's going to be close. Thankfully, does have an Immortal, does have Force Fields. How many Stalkers? 8. Double the Stalker count in favor of Gerald. Does spot the army. Nice Force Fields, locking down 2 of the Stalkers. Oh my god, the Force Fields are brutal. He gets 2. 2 Stalkers go down, he goes for the dive. He smells blood in the water. He will kill that Immortal, but another Immortal comes in. And with that reinforcing Immortal, it looks like, does Zoun have enough? He does. Whew. Oh my god. Very intense. But the Hero Immortal comes in towards the end, and the third base is saved. At the same time, though, double adept into the natural probes are going down. Oh, Zoun is still getting pulled apart. So far, it should be 2 probe kills. Oh, getting up to 3. Getting up to 4. 4 probes falling. Stalkers are reinforcing as well. Geralt, he wants that third. He wants it. Army's out of position. Zoun, he pulls back into the main. Again, the Adept doing so much, buying so much timing, while the Stalkers, they do hit the third. Alas, it looks like we get a probe, not much more. Gets a Stalker. Geralt backing off. But at least Zoun saves the expansion. At least he holds onto the third base. He's safe, he's sound, he has a shield battery, he has the Immortals. He's okay. And now we can embrace a longer game stage. These have been some nice pickoffs here by Geralt, but Geralt, I mean, he is slightly behind in the economy. He's slowly catching up. Rotating around, once again hitting the natural, catching a transferring worker. Nice pickoff, he gets 1, he gets 2. 2 probes go down. Blinks into the main. Getting a pylon, another probe. Oh, doesn't get the pylon. Trades 1 for 1. Blinks down to the low ground. Zoun, he's having a hard time keeping up. Oh my, he's getting pulled apart. Zoun, he can't keep up. 6 probe kills. And the Stalkers, they can just blink away. They can just blink away from here. 9 probes going down. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, again, this is the downside of Zoun's build here. And we do see the surround. Immortals are falling left and right. We have the overcharge here, or the energy overcharge on the shield battery. It does help. Oh my god. And Zoun is barely holding. He's barely holding on. And Geralt, he can smell blood in the water. He knows how close he is to breaking Zoun. He's close. He can get there. Once again, rotating into the main. Remember, Zoun doesn't have blink. Zoun, he went Stargate into Robo into Immortal. The army is very immobile. This time, Zoun's getting in position here on the low ground. He's ready for the surround. Oh, Geralt, he wants the Immortal. He wants it. He gets it. Immortal goes down. Reinforcements, they hit the third. More probes folding as well. And Gerald, he's on fire. Oh my god. Calm down, Gerald. Calm down. You're meant to be the underdog. And he is. But still, gets the pylon. Denies any mining at the third. Gets a shield battery as well. And Gerald doesn't have enough to fully break Zoun, doesn't have enough to kill the third, but he's just taking a fourth. Taking a fourth base, taking economic advantage here. Pulling back, still heavily reliant on gateway production. No bay yet. Now I am concerned, if you remember, in game 1, Gerald did have a nice lead. He had a nice lead against his opponent, and then Zoun recovered with Mass Disruptor. This time, Zoun is not going Disruptor, he's going into Charge Lot Archon. Charge is done, Archons are on the way. We'll see if Zoun can get there. Meanwhile, Gerald, he just reinforces. He's just going for the kill. Just a purely gateway army. Charge Lots and Stalkers. And can he get on top of the Immortals? That is 3 Immortals. Gerald backs off. Now, I am concerned if Gerald doesn't take. If he doesn't take up, I am going to be very concerned that he might just be left behind. And that Zoun could recover. The Prism! No! Oh, Prism goes down. Massive pickoff. Gerald's going for his own War Prism into the main. And again, his goal here is to distract and pull apart the attention of Zoun. Yeah, massive warp in. Zoun, he responds with his Stalkers. Main army hits the third. Gerald doesn't quite have enough though. He should have enough. With these Zealots without any Stalker reinforcements. Gerald, he pokes in, picking up Zealots. Not quite going for the dive. Did the Prism go down? Oh, it did. War Prism went down, so Gerald, he can't reinforce. You can see Gerald, he's got 1,000 mineral. Oh, there we go. There we go. He's warping in a massive wave of Zealots. If these Zealots could reinforce on the front lines, I mean, he could try to break his opponent. But now we have Archons. And that's the answer to the Zealot. This is what I mentioned earlier, how I was afraid that Gerald was just going to be outscaled. Archons have arrived. Zoun breaks out. Even with a smaller army, he can contest against Gerald. Like Zealots, they melt against Archons. And there's 3 of them. And Gerald, he has to back off. Yeah, he has to back off. Has to respect the army. Zealots, they come in for a surround. And Zoun, he has finally broken out. Pushing forward. Yeah, big Archon shots going up. Nice snipe there on the Prism. Doesn't have any reinforcements. No shield batteries here at the 4th. But there is a cannon. Oh! And he's trying to pick off those Archons. He gets 1. 1 Archon goes down. 2nd Archon goes down. There's 1 Archon left. And there's they wreak havoc. GG gets called. Gerald, he will take game number 2 and take a 2-0 lead. GG. Oh my god. Gerald, calm down. He's popping off. GG, well played. Again, Gerald, he was so aggressive. He was so active in this game, just pulling down left and right, time and time again, getting into mineral lines, just picking off Immortals, picking off sentries here and there. Hyper aggression out of Gerald. Did work out well, and with that, Zoun just having a very hard time keeping up, and now he's up against the wall. And again, coming into this tournament, Zoun was the favorite player. He was 100% favored to win the entire thing. I did say that, you know, we have players like Shameless and Gerald and Nicorakt and other players that can contest against him, that can take maps, but it was still going to be an uphill battle. But Gerald's, nah, papi, he's ready. Let's go. He was forged in the flames of Polish PvP with Christiana, with Rodzin, with Ziomek, with Mana, all the Polish Protoss players. He knows, papi. He's ready. He's ready for this. It's coming in. Game 3, Snowpiercer. And does it all end here and now, or do we get it? Do we get a further series? Do we get a game 4? Do we get an A smash? Do we get a game 5? I'm hoping for an extended series, but I mean the pressure is on Zoun. No, I'm greedy like that. You know, I want more games, but it would be very hype if Gerald 3-0'd. Like, that'd be crazy. Was it last week Zoun he 2-0'd Hero? And now here, against Gerald? Crazy. But here we go. Here we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of... Oh, Bottom left-hand corner of Snowpiercer, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Streamer Zoun, his new team. Again, he's got that new team buff. Leading the series 2-0. Unamas. One more game is all he needs to be this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. Again, he has been on fire. What happened less than a week ago? Mate, he took down Clem in the Elite League, he took down Bjorn, took down Nightmare, took down Hero. He has been popping off, he's been on fire, but he is struggling here in the finals. Can he bounce back? It is Zoun. No classic. It is Zoun. Okay. And when it comes to Game 3 here, when it comes to Snowpiercer, this is, I want to say, the largest map in the new map pool. Compared to Amygdala, compared to Ley Lines, compared to Ultra Love, Snowpiercer is massive, a lot of bases, a lot of wide open spaces as well. We have seen some late game on Snowpiercer, but this also will not be a bad map to proxy. Because it's so large, could be difficult to actually find something like a proxy Robo or a proxy Stargate. We'll see. We'll see what direction our players go in, if they do embrace some early chaos, or if they go for a longer macro game. As the probes have arrived, 2-gate opener out of Zoun, 2-gate opener out of Gerald. So far, everything looking as it should. Second pylons have been placed, and now both players are fully aware. Oh my god, it's oh, he gets a kill! Gerald? He does kill the probe. Did cost him some mining time there, and oh, he has to go back to mining. It's a little bit of chaos here in the aftermath, but he does kill the scouting probe. And that means if Gerald wants to hide something, he could. Zoun is in the dark. For now, Gerald, he is going to be in position. Will attempt to delay the expansion. Throws down the pylon. Double adept opener here out of Gerald. We do see Zoun opening up sentry, is going for a hallucination scouts. Or should soon be going for it. And the adepts have arrived. So Gerald is going to be very active, going to move out across the map to harass. Meanwhile, a cyber block as well. Goes for the cyber core, delays the expansion even further. And here come the adepts. Meanwhile, Zoun forced to go for tech first. He's going for his Twilight Council towards Blink. Gerald going for the faster expansion. Should throw down the Nexus. There we go. Nexus is on the way. Gerald, he will take an economic lead. And Gerald should cancel this cyber core. As the depths are shading in. Up! Ooh, lets it finish. That I don't think was meant to happen. Oof. As a cyber core goes down, that was a hefty loss for Gerald. A little bit late there with the cancel. Again, he only bought a couple of extra seconds for that. And we do see Zoun is now expanding. So it is a bit of a chaotic start. We gotta shake off the nerves. Shake it off, papi. Shake it off. As the episode getting called out, very nice catch here by Zoun. A nice force field as well. He does get one. And is going for the other. As Gerald does slip into the main. Gets a bit of scouting information, does get eyes on the tech of choice, is now aware that he is behind when it comes to Blink. And now he can settle down. Can it settle in? Is going to be the Robo follow-up. And Gerald should be stuck at home. Again, there is a window where Zoun has Blink and Gerald does not, so Gerald, he should respect that. We do see Zoun setting up a proxy location, is scouted by the hallucination. Very important scout here from Gerald. As Zoun may just go for an all-in. He's got 2 gates back at home. And does he go for a 3rd gateway? Oh, he doesn't. He backs off for now. Gerald's pushing out. Armies are being active. Pylon is going to fall. I'll be honest, if this pylon wasn't scouted, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can see here, Zoun, he wants to reinforce. Forced to recall, 1 sentry falls, and a stalker. Brutal losses. Gerald, he's up against the wall. Can he hold on? Another Stalker falls. Boys, they have to be pulled. Gerald, he's in a lot of trouble. Nice target firing here out of Zoun. Takes out another Stalker, down to 3. And 3 Stalkers left for Gerald. Now to 5. The reinforcements, they're rallying across the map. Zoun doesn't want to stop. But he backs off. Forge. Forge is on the way. Perks in once again, gets another Stalker. Working towards +1 and a 3rd base. Okay, Zoun, he retreats. Doesn't commit to a proxy gateway. He's still being active with those Stalkers. He could try to dive into the main with high ground vision, but nothing yet. And with the help of this Immortal Gerald, he doesn't just hold on, he is going for a 3rd. Now, the 3rd base is going to be later than the 3rd of Zoun, but only by a couple of seconds. He's getting there. Not too far behind. As we do see, Zoun actually going to be committing into Glaive Adepts. Bold move. Meanwhile, Gerald, is he going for the main? Does catch the Observer, but he does reveal his Stalkers. We do see Zoun getting in position. Also, I did notice the clown comment. Oh, as the Immortal is exposed, the armor, the shields are triggered. Immortal's gonna go down. Yeah, this was not worth it for Gerald. He gets punished. Bleeds out the Immortal. Force back. 2 Adepts do shade into the main. They're gonna catch a couple of workers. They get 1, they get up. Not quite 2. The Adepts, they get trapped. 2 Adepts. It's okay, but oh god. Zoun, he's just catching too many units here. Gerald, he's bleeding out too much. An Immortal here or there. Adepts, Stalkers. And this all is leading into a massive supply lead, army supply lead for Zoun. Oof. Again, looking at the units tab, it's 13 Stalkers, an Immortal, 5 Adepts. So it's not going to be an easy defense for Gerald. He will have the high ground, he will have a shield battery, and an energy overcharge. But it's still not going to be easy. As Zoun is pushing in. Not so far. Does get the better trade. More reinforcements on the way. Just mass adept. Glaives are done. And I'm not too sure that Gerald can fight this head on. He's gonna try. The Immortal's being targeted down. 1 Immortal falls, so is the other. And Zoun, he overwhelms. He snowballs out of control, and we will have a series. As he breaks through, gets on top of the 3rd base, gets into the mineral line. Gerald just forced back. Forced down to the low ground outside of his own 3rd. And we will have a back and forth series here. It's not going to be one-sided. It's not going to be a 3-0. Adepts a shade into the natural. That's a kill on the 3rd. Army's forced to recall. And Zoun can keep pushing. He can just keep pushing from here. And there's just not much to stop him. 20 probe kills. The 3rd base. Immortal pushes forward. Gaudi's trying to hold on with whatever he has left. But it's just too much of a deficit. And Zoun, he can just go for the natural. He can just go for the Nexus. GG gets called, and Zoun puts a point on the board. GG. Whew. The comeback has begun. Again, just Gerald bleeding out too many units over the course of the game. Again, just a couple Stalkers here and there. An Immortal here and there as well. Did build up over time. And Zoun did commit to the Glaive Adept push. That was a lot of Adepts. A lot of Adepts back. Aye. GG, well played. And the question becomes, is this the beginning of a comeback? Zoun, he's already put 1 point on the board on a mass to force the ace match. Do we go to the ace match, or will this still go the way of Gerald? As a reminder as well, Gerald only needs 1 game. He only needs 1 win. That's all he needs to be our champion. As our next game is going to be on Whispers of Gold. Yo, I see all the indie boys in the chat. The turkeys, the indie K. Love to see it. Share, my papi, share, my. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Streamer Zoun. Still one more game away from becoming our champion. Can he still bring it home? Here and now, it is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player from South Korea. Putting a point on the board, fighting back here in this series. One more game is all he needs to force the ace match to bring it to game 5. It is Zoun. Not classic. Here we go. As we are loading into a much smaller map, the contrast is real between Whispers of Gold and Snowpiercer. Very small map. Short rush distance by ground. We spoke about this in the previous matches, how all-ins are much more commonplace on Whispers of Gold because of how exposed the third bases are. The triangular third and the linear third as well. It is much easier to commit, to engage, but for now my eyes are on this probe because Zoun is on a trip. Interesting. Now, this position here for this pylon is actually quite far away from the bases of Gerald. This should not be a proxy robo. If this is a proxy, it should be a Stargate at most. Or it could just be a fake proxy pylon. Either just a pylon or a Stargate. As Zoun does keep the probe hidden. Meanwhile, Gerald, he comes in with a probe scout, and Gerald, he will confirm that the pylon is missing. The pylon gets placed, and the probe does not stick around. So it looks like it's not going to be a proxy Stargate, it's just a pylon into a scout. So Zoun is just trying to get into the head of Gerald. You can see Gerald, he's looking for the pylon. He's looking further into the main base. Looking for that pylon, making sure that it isn't hidden further back in the main. Check, just confirm. And we'll see if Geralt overreacts. I mean, that's the hope. That's the ideal for Zoun. As we do have a Stargate opener from Geralt. A probe is checking towards the south, and just like that, Geralt, he will come across the pylon. Does scout. So nicely done here by Gerald. He will find the pylon. Now he's fully aware that there is no proxy Stargate, there's no one base all-in, and the Stalkers move out. Now this is a risky maneuver. Gerald, he moves out to snipe the pylon. As he moves out, he does leave himself vulnerable, but as we can see, it was a sentry expand, very economic opener here by Zoun. Zoun has a faster expansion because he did skip that second unit, I believe. Yeah, did skip that second unit. Stalker is zoned away. And the pylon is under fire. So my apologies, didn't skip the second unit, just went for a sentry into Stalker, into expand. Oracle's in production. Checking the vision here of Zoun, he scouts. So Zoun scouts, Zoun confirms he gets eyes on the Stargate and on the Oracle. So Zoun should be getting ready. You can see here Stalkers are in position in the main. Likewise, sentry's getting positioned at the natural. Pylon does go down. And Geralt races back home. Does race back home. And this Oracle shouldn't get much done. Shouldn't. There's still potential, of course. He can maybe pick off a sentry or a Stalker here and there, maybe get a stasis trap later on. For the most part, Zoun should be prepared. Yeah, 2 sentries and a Stalker here at the natural with a shield battery. Likewise, double Stalker in the main. And Geralt, he doesn't even try. I mean, he respects Zoun enough. He doesn't even try to go in. Doesn't risk it. Stasis trap is said, and he's pushing with the Stalkers. Okay, you have my attention. Does push in. And can he bait the army? Can he bait it? Oh, the stasis! It goes off! Catches the Stalkers! Send it, map! Go! The Stalkers get caught, and Geralt, he's going for the natural. The only sentries to defend. 2 sentries and a shield battery. And he's trying to break through. Shield battery puts in a lot of work. Stasis trap. He reacted a little bit too late. And Zoun, he defends. Zoun does defend. If there was no shield battery, then maybe. But yeah, Gerald, he didn't quite have enough. There was potential though. Setting up another stasis. Reinforcing pylon. Third gateway's finishing up. So a 3-gate setup here by Gerald. Meanwhile, Zoun, off of 2 gateways, going for a fast third. Okay, we're popping up 4 gates. It's gonna be 4-gate blink here from Gerald. Hyper committed, hyper aggressive from the red Protoss. Meanwhile, remember, Zoun, he skips out on gateways, he cuts corners, rushes into a fast third. That means Zoun will be behind in the army supply. Can he hold? Can he survive this? Can he defend? It's not gonna be easy. Gerald, he can push out, he can reinforce. Just waiting for the gateway to finish up. Consolidating his army, moving out. Setting up stasis traps back at home. But he should be pushing. Gerald, he has not seen the timing of the third. He doesn't know how fast it was. Doesn't know yet. Here we go. He is pushing. Here come the reinforcements. Gerald, he's got an even stalker count so far, but again, he can reinforce on the front lines. Stasis trap is denied. Very nice pickup. Another stasis trap on the way. Shield battery goes down. Gerald, he has to calm down. He has to back off. He has to wait for those reinforcements. Nice bait there with that blink. Baits out the stasis. And Gerald commits. And does he have enough? Has a decent concave. The blinks are decent, but Gerald, he's bleeding out stalkers. Oof. Yeah, it's a lot of stalkers going down. Zoun with a better blink control there towards the end. You'll see Gerald trying to bait the army in. Still warping in 4 stalkers at a time. Base is taking a lot of hits. But once again, we bait out the stasis. Zoun, calm down. Base out the stasis with a probe. But Gerald, he still has numbers on his side. And he's still trying to break this base. It's getting low. It's getting low. More reinforcements. Likewise, Zoun, he finishes up the shield battery. Tops up his stalkers. Next is getting so low here. A couple more volleys and it will fall. But Gerald, he doesn't get it. Zoun, he holds. Yeah, he does hold on. Oh, God. Unless the stasis goes off. But Zoun, he holds, and Gerald has to back off. He has to retreat. This was not successful. And Zoun, he collapses on the army. He picks off the Oracle. Takes out more soldiers. The stasis! Oh my God! Gerald makes use of the stasis, finally! Gets a good amount of stalkers, does push out, and can Gerald get the base? Now he can! Comes in for this round. Boys are being pulled. The stasis traps with the MVPs! And is it barely enough? Gerald, he goes for the dive. Shield batteries are helping. Probes are going down. Meanwhile, the stasis does run out. Zoun, he responds. Nexus falls. He gets it. Gets the base. He does get the Nexus and 10 probes. And now we have to get the hell out of here. Cheese it. Get out of here. Kills the base. Races back home. Another stasis goes off. Honestly, with the stasis going off, if Gerald stuck around, yeah, he turns back around. Yeah, he knows. He can keep pushing. Gerald, he has another opportunity. The stasis traps back. Let's go. Yeah, now he goes for another dive. And it looks like, do we not get the ace match? Gerald, does he have too much? Stasis runs out. Gerald, he has to respect it. He has to back off. More reinforcements on the way. Desperately warping in. Charge does finish up for Zoun. And you can see Gerald, he has a bank. He needs to spend his money. He needs more gases, actually. Wait, does Gerald have charge? Oh, he doesn't. Gerald, even though he has had a better economy, even though he has all these minerals, he can't spend his money. He cannot spend his money. He needs gases or additional gateways. Like, Gerald, his macro is slipping. Yeah, the 4th base is denied. Does take an extra gas here at the natural. Now finally taking a gas here at the 3rd as well. And the supplies are still close. The supplies are still close. Gerald does have an economic lead, but he can't really make use of the economy just because of the setup here, because of lack of gas, lack of gateways. Zoun double expands, gets his third back up and running. Zoun has charge, getting into the base. Zoun is not out of this. He's still in. He is still in this game. Disruptor production is on the horizon, and we've seen what Zoun can do with disruptors. We've seen what he can do. Gerald out of position. Delayed mining time. Again, amidst all that chaos, if Gerald had gone for extra gases, if he had thrown down extra gateways as well in the middle of the push, in the middle of the aggression, I do think he would have had enough. I do think he would have won this game. But I mean, now Zoun stabilizing, gets away with the double expand. He's catching up in supply. First disruptor's on the way. You see, Gerald, he's not too far behind in disruptor production. He's going for his own bay, his own second robo. Oh! Oh my god. And we're getting into disruptor wars. And again, like the lead that Gerald once had in this game, he still has a worker lead, true. But the advantage isn't as large as it once was. That's what I will say. So Zoun is stabilizing. Throwing down more shield batteries, more cannons. I mean, shout out to Zoun. Grace under pressure. He was almost dead. It was almost over then and there. Things were not looking good. Oh. Go poking in. Bleeds out a Stalker. Bleeds out two Stalkers. Better trades for Zoun. We can see a Zealot Rumba being set up towards the left-hand side. But there is plenty of static defense. And Zoun does split up his army. Gerald, he does spot the disruptors. He is aware. Does rotate towards the south. Runs into... There's some spotter units. A probe and a Zealot. Zealot save. The run-by runs into the other army. Zoun, for the first time in a long time, taking a supply lead. Meanwhile, Gerald, he's making 3 disruptors at a time. But they're still on their way. And now this all comes down to unit control. Comes down to purification novas, comes down to blinks, comes down to positional play as well. It's all about the unit control and the army movements. Map vision, map awareness. Zoun, he does respond. Nova's going off. First disruptor goes down. He gets 1. He gets 2. Massive connections though. Was that worth it for Zoun? Oh, he doesn't just get 2. He gets 3 disruptors. Does he get all 4? Barely not. Barely not. Geralt does have a supply lead, but Zoun has the disruptors. Does have those disruptors ready. We do see Zoun does out position. Gerald's going for a base trade. Uh-oh. He's just committing. Let's go. Does commit. He loses 5th. He's going for the 4th, but there's a recall. Uh-oh. And Gerald, he's getting surrounded. He's getting surrounded. He has to get the hell out of here. Flanking Nova's going off. Big connections. And who surrounds who? Zoun bleeding out far too much. 1 disruptor left. Oh. Up to 2 though. More Nova's going off. Ooh, massive connections. And Gerald, he's taking this fight. He is overwhelming. Gerald, he does shut down the army. He lost his 5th base. That is true. But I mean, Zoun, he's stolen 4 bases himself. Doesn't have a base lead. And doesn't have a disruptor lead either. Looking at the units here, it's 2 disruptors versus 8. And Zoun, he needs some miracle Novas. As Zoun is rotating around. Going for the 3rd. Disruptors everywhere again. The triple robo production really paying off here for Gerald. Making sure he maintains that disruptor lead. There he goes up. Oh! Good connection! If it does connect, takes down a massive chunk of Stalkers. And we need more of that. We need to see that a couple more times from Zoun. His Novas don't quite connect. Zells, they do hit the 5th once again. Shutting down the side defense. Oh! As the armies, they do graze each other. Nova's picking away the Zealots. Zoun, he does rotate as well. Gerald, he's sticking around in the center of the map. The armies, they do miss each other. Uh-oh. And Zoun, he's going right through the center. He's going right for the 4th. And again, Gerald's out of position. Going for a base trade. He turns around. Does turn back around. Dark Shrine will fall. Nova's going to be zoning. And Gerald, he's coming in from behind. Does recall. Zoun backing off. Does run into the army. Zoun, he's tempted to commit in. He is tempted, but there are so many disruptors. Yeah, Novas are going off from all ends. Oh my god, so many balls! Zoun, he goes for the dive, takes down he takes down all the disruptors. Oh my god! Takes them all down. The Novas were not good enough. The Novas there were not good enough. Gerald, he gets caught with his pants down. He plummets in supply. Zoun, he's doing it. He's doing it, man. For a moment there, I thought he took some Novas to the face, but no, he did avoid them. Did avoid them, did blink in. Going for the kill, and Gerald's, he had a lead. He was in a good position. But as you mentioned, it came down to the army movement, to the army control. Zoun goes right through the center, going for the kill. And has Zoun done it? We have reinforcing disruptors. They're getting picked off one after the other. Zoun, he's came with the production. He's on top of the robos. Novas, they connect in favor of Zoun. And it looks like he's done it. Yeah, depowers robos. Getting into the mineral line. Gerald, he had a lead. He was there. Almost. Casito, papi, casito. But not quite. 51 probes falling. And GG, Zoun, he will take the game, and we are going to the ace match. Let's go. GG. Again, Zoun, he ran into mainly like a purely disruptor army. Like there were a lot of disruptors for Gerald, that is true, but they were on their own. They were on their own, they were exposed, and it was just a really awkward fight there for Gerald. He lost every single disruptor out in the open. He was out of position. He needed support for his army. He needed some kind of buffer. It wasn't there. It was not there. GG, well played. Zoun, he takes a fight and he wins it from there. In a longer economic game, he was being outscaled, but again, Zoun, he found a way. Did find a way, and now we're going all the way to game 5. Let's go. Day of Throws, I wouldn't say that at all. We speak about it all the time, but especially in PvP, there are comeback mechanics like disruptors, like purification novas. It's very positional based as well. So very often you can take a lead, but again, there are ways to bounce back. There are ways to recover. As we have seen clearly in almost every series. Watch some more StarCraft. As we're getting into the ace match and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the red Protoss player from the land of Poland representing Streamer Zone. He was up 2-0, now is being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? Can he recover? It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Green Protoss player, the blue Protoss, coming back from a 0-2 deficit to the ace match. It is Zoun. But yeah, saying that it's a throw, I feel like it has a negative connotation, and it also takes away agency from the player that came back, right? Like, instead of saying, oh, like, this player made a mistake, it's like, oh, this player, like, despite them being behind, despite them being in a rough position, did kind of persevere, did overcome. You know, there was a road to victory. There was little room for error, very little room for error for Zoun, and he did bring it back. So GG, GG, well played. Oh. So watch yourself in the chat. Watch yourself. As for now, it's going to be a 2-gate opener. We're loading into Ultra Love, of course. This is one of the few maps that has a ramp leading into the natural. What does this mean? This means you can go for a more secure setup here on the high ground. Despite that, still going to be a 2-gate opener out of Zoun. Gerald, he, interestingly enough, does not take advantage of that ramp. Does not take advantage of the ramp. We'll be going for a 2-gate opener on the high ground instead. And we'll see if either player commits to anything aggressive. I mean, because Zoun did open up 2 gates, he doesn't really leave room to be all in. So he should be able to secure himself and set up for that expansion. Yeah, for sure he did, for sure. Do agree. As we do see Zoun getting across the map, will pylon block the expansion, will delay the natural. Meanwhile, Gerald getting into the main. Wait, was that scouted? It was. Gerald trying to be cheeky, forced to cancel the pylon, trying to get away with an in-base pylon, but alas, is denied. Gerald trying to be cheeky because of the pylon block. Gerald forced to go for tech first. Is going to be a Twilight Council before Nexus. So Gerald, he will have faster blink. Meanwhile, Zoun will have a faster economy with that faster Nexus. So we have a bit of a give and take here. Slightly better economy for one, and slightly faster blink for the other. As Hallucination does get into the main, gets a full scout, does confirm the Twilight Council follow-up, confirms that there is no Robo or Stargate, for example. So Gerald does confirm. And likewise, so does Zoun. Again, the power of the hallucinations is the reason why they're so commonplace, or sentries are so common in the early game of PvP, is because they just give you so much scouting information. It is so difficult to try to sneak out or try to get away with hidden tech in this matchup. Speaking of, hello, Probe. Hello, Gerald. What's going on? Oh, never mind. Trying to set up a proxy, but alas, Zoun is all over this. Finds the probe, finds the pylon, does shut it down. Adepts are on the way. And Gerald is forced to cancel that pylon, trying to be active, trying to threaten the natural, but for the most part, I mean, Zoun's ready for this. Zoun is ready, Zoun is in position. So far as keeping up, Zoun, interesting. Zoun is going to be the one being a little bit more quirky this time. He's going for a Dark Shrine. Okay, bold move here out of Zoun, rushing into DTs. Adepts have yet to break into the main, and Gerald, he does delay his Robo. He's going for a third base before Robo, but the Robo is still on the way, so Gerald, he will have detection. The game will not just end from the Invisible Man. Gerald is playing safe. He has map control, of course, as well, so it does have the faster third. We'll see what Zoun can accomplish here. So we'll soon move out. Still being kept back here by the Adepts. Adepts, they commit. They shade into the main. They get eyes on the Dark Shrine as well. 2 probe kills and a full scout. And that tells Geralt, of course, to be ready back at home. Finds the proxy pylon. We'll shut it down as well. Can now get into observer production. Into his own detection. Pylon falls. And Geralt is building up. Dark Shrine does finish. Now, even though this got scattered, I do actually like that Zoun lets it finish, because even if you have detection, you can just wait like 1 or 2 minutes, have DTs ready at these 4th base locations, and then slip in like whenever your opponent moves out. Like, you can still try to pull apart the attention of the opponent with DTs. They don't have to get damaged now, they can always do it later. That is something that Max Packs and Hero are so good at, is being so patient with their DT harass, especially Max Packs, actually. I think he's a little bit more known for it in the PvP matchup. So you have Zoun being active, rotating towards the southern side. Dark Shrine on the way for Gerald. So Gerald's keeping up. Stalkers, they do hit the natural. boys are being pulled. Immortal's in position, but that's going to be 3 probe kills. Not bad. 3 probes do go down. Defensive warping into the main, but we're getting even more. 4 probes for 2 stalkers. With that, Zoun does take a worker lead. Going into a gateway explosion. That's a lot of gateways. The bay is on the way. Now working towards disruptor production. So basically, Zoun is showing us that he's taking into a longer game state, into the mid game. Most likely won't move out without disruptors. Yeah, knocking down the rocks. He's trying to turtle up. Zoun is being the defender here. Gets one of the sentries. Ooh, force fields don't quite catch the army. Gerald's being active. Has yet to take up into either Archons or disruptors. Not yet. Oh. Zoun catching a stalker. Still reinforcing. Reinforce. We do have a classic taking a 4th base towards the right hand side. So far unscouted. Gerald has yet to confirm. Dropping into the main. Disruptors are on the way for Zoun. Oh. The disruptors are coming. They're here even. And I don't think Gerald has actually confirmed this. Immortal gets caught. Nice catch by Zoun. Prism into the main. Zoun, he does respond. DTs get dropped in. No detection. Not bad. At the same time, he goes for the dive, goes for the 4th. Doesn't quite commit though. Isn't able to break in, but these ETs are wreaking havoc. Going for the Dark Shrine. Disruptors are spotted. They are confirmed. Oh! Never grazes the army. But these ETs are wreaking havoc. They depower the gateways. And Zoun, he's forced all in. He's going for a massive counterattack. He does have a large army. And does Gerald commit to the base raid? He is. Going for the 4th. Boys are pulled away. At the same time, Zoun, he goes for the 3rd. It's all or nothing here. Zoun does have a massive army. His army is actually larger than that of Gerald. But Zoun is supply blocked. He cannot reinforce. Gerald can warp in, but he has no disruptors. As Classic does push into the natural. Likewise, Gerald already in there. Does he save some probes? Do some of these workers get away? Can we get some buildings out on the map? Zoun has to start thinking about that. But now pushing further into the main. Denying +2. Bases are falling. Oh, and we do... Okay, he does escape. He does escape with 1 probe. He does have a Nexus out on the map. Bases are falling. Does Zoun have detection? He does. Okay, he does have observers. Does have 1 observer back at home. +2 is denied. But Gerald, he still has the economy, still has mining. Still has mining going on, but Gerald, he doesn't see the base. He doesn't find it. Doesn't know. The army races back. Zoun, he still has the disruptor. He's still got 1 disruptor with his army. He's going to be rotating around. In a head-on fight, because of the disruptor, I do kind of favor Zoun here. Instead, Gerald, he has mainly Zealot. He has mainly Zealot and DTs. True. Could DTs end the game? Okay, it's morphing in Archons. Yeah, he is aware of the Observer. He did see it. Gerald does have a mining base, but both players are supply blocked. They cannot reinforce. Nice force fields. And Gerald, he still has not found the expansion. He doesn't know. Doesn't know, man. Where's the probe? Towards the south. I mean, Zoun has enough for more Nexus. He can throw down more Nexi. Meanwhile, is Zoun stuck in the main? Gerald, he has the concave. Oh yeah, he can't engage. Too many Zealots. Gerald, he has to retreat. Does find the expansion. Yeah, he fans out his Zealots. Oh, but this is the final mining base here of Gerald. He can't afford to lose it. Force a recall. Does recall back home. The Nova. Does it go up? Zoun, holding onto it. He's holding onto the Nova. Oh. He has potential. Nova goes off. Oh, doesn't connect. Zoun has to back off. Base is under fire. Zoun is on a bit of a timer, but he still has that probe, I believe. Yeah, still has the worker. Gerald setting up the concave. If it isn't for the disruptor, then Gerald, he can win this fight. He has a greater gateway army. Oh. Does engage. Gerald throwing down extra gateways. Still very tense. Nova goes off. Oh. Doesn't connect. Beats out a gateway. Observer goes down. Nexus under fire. You can see down here towards bottom right. Classic throwing down more buildings. And again, Classic, he can afford a Nexus. So I said Zoun. Zoun can afford a Nexus. Nope. Once again, no major connection. Nexus goes down. Zoun is about to be revealed. He's got a pylon in the main, pylon on the left. Gas guys are bottom right. Yeah, there we go. There's that reveal. Wait, where'd the probe go? Okay, probe is still alive. Oh god. See, Gerald, he wants the disruptor. He wants it. Oh, massive connection. Oh, that should not have happened. That should not have happened. Zoun does connect, takes down a good chunk of Stalkers, not Zealots. So, I mean, trading well gas-wise, more Stalkers going down. And that's what I mean, one Nova here and there. And Zoun can win this. But he needs to make those Novas worth it. As more Zealots are warping in. Backup Nexus on the way. Oh! The army is like, calm down. To engage. Gerald getting ready to pull the trigger. Moves forward. Another Nova. Doesn't connect. It's on cooldown. This is Gerald's moment. It's on cooldown. Just rotating his army. Thinking about collapsing in. God, Zoun is being so careful with that Stalker micro. Gerald coming in from behind. He's setting up a surround. There we go. He's setting up a surround. Zoun does spot it. Locks down a couple of Zealots. Gerald backs off. And picks up more Zealots, and it looks like Zoun has to calm down. Pulling back. Holding on to that disruptor. Zealots coming from behind, and let's go! Wing commit. Disruptor goes down, and Gerald, he gets a full surround. GG gets called, and Gerald will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. Oh my god. God. GG. Well played. Zoun was the favorite. Zoun was the favorite player coming into this tournament. He was coming in as a heavy favorite, but this was a wild finals. Gerald, he started things off with a 2-0 lead, with a massive lead. It was insane, and very close games as well. Game 1 and Game 2 was still very close, very intense, very chaotic, and Gerald did find himself with a 2-0 advantage. Zoun brought it back in Game 3 and in Game 4, and even in Game 3 and Game 4, there were moments where Gerald was ahead, where Gerald, he had a massive advantage, whether it came to his economy, when it came to his size of his army as well, when it comes to the disruptor count. Despite that, Zoun, he never gave up, he never relented. GG, well played. In the end, Gerald, he did persevere, he brought it back. Congratulations. Congratulations. Ay, ay, ay. GG. And with that, congratulations to Gerald as a very, very intense finals does come out on top. And again, this is a Zoun that is in form, a Zoun that is very much so in form. Zoun, he has been taking, I mean, again, last week, who did Zoun beat? Who did everyone watch him beat in Lima League? Clem. Zoun, he beat Clem in a best of 3, took down Bjorn, took down Hero, took down Nightmare. Like, Zoun, he's been taking some big names over the past couple of weeks. Zoun has been getting some big wins, big results. Despite that, Gerald, he's our tuna, papi. He's our tuna this week. GG. Congratulations, Gerald. Very, very well done. Was not an easy road for him. Not easy at all. Heading over here to our brackets. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at back at yourselves. You can see here the run of Gerald. He took down Zoun, of course, in the finals 3-2. Took down Nikic 2-0. Had a much more dominant showing against Nikic. In the quarterfinals, Gerald did drop a map. He dropped a map to Honmono, and Honmono is an animal. There's a world out there. There is a world where Honmono takes the series instead. Honmono, he's known for all-ins against Protoss. He's a very hard player to play against. It's very risky as well, and you know, Gerald did take it, but I mean, hey, there's a world where maybe Honmono causes the upset and anything else occurs instead, and maybe Zoun wins it. Who knows? Regardless, congratulations to Gerald. GG, well played. If you want to help support this tournament, if you want to help support these players, you can do so in a couple of different ways. You can do so via Matcherino if you wish. There is a Matcherino page for this tournament. Exclamation mark, hold on, I got you. Exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat if you guys want to support and fund specifically this edition of Sparkling Tuna Cup. Otherwise, if you want to support this event in another way, you can do so via Patreon. You can see it under the bracket, or actually it's a little bit better here, hold on. You can see it under Gerald's name, our Patreon, how much we currently make on Patreon, and how much our goal is on a monthly basis. Currently, thank you so much. Shout out to all the patrons that we do have over on our Patreon. We currently make 262 USD. All that money does go towards our tournaments. It goes towards Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Master Swan Open as well. And if you want to help support our tournaments, like this one, like the Tuna, and the Swan, and the Duck, you can do so through our Patreon. Our stretch goals are listed there. We do, if we do hit them, we can of course boost the prize pool even further, and ideally grow the event and grow the prize pool to give out winnings to top 4. Currently, our tournament is very top heavy. It's only top 2. Only top 2 do earn prize money for Sparkling Tuna Cup. I would love to have that grown to top 4 instead, to, you know, spread the love and support more players. We'll see if we can get there. But again, a shout out to all the support that we already get on Patreon. Thank you. Thank you so much, all of our patrons. Again, you do gain benefits as well, like replay packs. For example, we do hand out a lot of replay packs as we cast a lot of StarCraft. We don't hand out replay packs of all events, just most events. There are some tournaments that we don't have permission. Some tournaments like the Wardy TV Monday or the KSL, we don't have permission to share those replays, but every other event, for the most part, we share them. We do share them, so you can get a plethora of replays. If you're interested in that sort of thing, they're there. Otherwise, thank you for the support. Thank you for the support regardless. And we'll see you guys next time. As a reminder, the Sparkling Tuna Cup is a weekly tournament, and it is at a nice time zone or time slot that allows Koreans and Europeans to face off. Unfortunately, it's a rough time for the Americas, so North America and Latin American players are a rare sight. It's not like they never show up. We've seen like Australia going full degen and playing, or Trigger playing, or sometimes some Latin American players, but it's more of a rarer sight. It's not the norm, I should say. Not the norm. Just because it is, you know, very early. It's like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, depending on where you are. So it's very early in the morning in the Americas, so don't see as much representation, but a little bit more better for European and Korean players, or from players from Southeast Asia and rest of Asia as well. Meanwhile, when it comes to our next broadcast, I did kind of mention it just previously, Wardy TV Monday. Our next cast is tomorrow in 23 hours. In 23 hours time, we're going to be live on this channel with Wardy TV Monday number 10, I believe. I think it's number 10 on this channel. That is another open cup. And again, it's at a decent time slot. Wardy's event is a little bit later, so it's a little bit better for European players. So you get players like Clem, like Max Pax, for example, a little bit later for the Koreans. So, but they will still show up regardless. And yeah, it's typically where we see kind of the big hitters face off. You know, Max Pax, Clem, Showtime, alongside Bjorn, Dark, Solar, Shin, for example. So yeah, do tune in. Again, that's going to be in 23 hours time. We're going to be casting here on the Cranky Ducklings, and the day after that is going to be the Pigosaur Monday and Olima League. As a reminder, we are the official English casters for Alima League, but also reminding you, we do not cast Alima League on Twitch. Alima League, it is sponsored by Chijijik, which is a Korean streaming platform. It is like a competitor to Afrika TV, for example. So it's a Korean, it is sponsored by a Korean streaming platform, so we can only stream live on that platform, not on Twitch, but VODs are uploaded to YouTube. VODs, they are on YouTube. Actually, last week's Alima League VODs are already on YouTube. They were actually posted to YouTube as I was casting. So they're on YouTube if you wish. If you want to follow us there on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or any other social media, you can do so via the links in the chat. ! Socials in the chat. We got links to everything. Again, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, YouTube, Discord, all things Cranky Ducklings. Do check it out. Again, do check out the VODs if you're interested. We do stream this event both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So plenty of content as we cast on a daily basis. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And again, this is a weekly tournament, so every week we got you covered. Every week we got you covered with Sparkling Tuna Cup and much more content as well. Much more content. Otherwise, stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live? Who is live at the moment? Who can we send everyone over to? I know Wardy is hosting a PTR tournament, but Wardy has plenty of viewers. Usually we try to give some love to some smaller streamers out there. So who's live at the moment? Gemini. Okay, Gemini is streaming. Quanta is streaming. Who else? Rex is casting Wardy's event. But we might send some love to Gemini, to GGE Mini. Just checking to see if anyone else is live. People that I'm not too familiar with. We'll give it to Gemini. Gemini. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Does a lot for the Protoss scene in StarCraft. Does like Wall-Off guides and stuff like that. He's a big part of all things Protoss, the Reddit. So give him some support. In theme with the finals, with the PvP. In theme with the PvP finals. Give Gemini some love. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Wardy TV Monday or the next time we see you. Again, we're live on a daily basis. Plenty of StarCraft. See you next time. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao, hasta luego. I also stream on my personal channel, very quickly. I stream on my personal channel on light_VIP. I was going over Zombie Gub's interview earlier today. Interview with Crank. On stream if you're interested. The VOD is there. I'll be laddering tomorrow. I'll try to have a nice ladder session tomorrow without being disrupted by the cast, hopefully, and we'll try to get our MMR back. I've been inactive. I just haven't had time to ladder. I haven't had time to stream. I will try to do so tomorrow. Otherwise, see you next time. Until then, ciao, ciao, hasta luego. See you next time.